your idea, darling.
We will raise a family.
A boy for you, a girl for me.
Can't you see how happy we would be?
I still say that song stinks.
Well, tea and cake certainly won't be on the menu in next Tuesday's film at 6. Murder and Bandits will when Texas cowboy Glenn Ford takes to the saddle in the Americano. And there's food for thought over on BBC One at the moment as Albert Square's domestic tensions soar towards boiling point in EastEnders.
This is not an act of war, but of love. I want Lieutenant Yard to become my first wife.
How simple all this would be without the Prime Directive.
That thought had passed through my mind, Counselor.
A struggle to the death.
No! The challenge is unequivocally refused.
Then you shall have no treaty, no vaccine, and no Lieutenant Yard!
A tough mission for Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Star Trek: The Next Generation, boldly appearing tomorrow at 6 on 2.
In 5 minutes, Jonathan Dimbleby reviews the opening day of the Conservative Party conference, assessing the implications of Britain's entry into the ERM with former Cabinet Ministers Nicholas Ridley and Michael Heseltine. Before that, an extra animated item, the high-speed tale of the man with no brakes.
Coming on
chest of drawers without a cause. One word: accelerate. That's your man, with no brakes. Just 1 year, accelerate. That's your man.
Relief's in sight for Barchester Chronicles addicts in 25 minutes with the final part of Alan Plater's acclaimed adaptation and the result of the much contested battle for the deanery. First on BBC Two, Jonathan Dimbleby assesses the opening day of the Conservative Party conference.
Let no one doubt, either in our nation or abroad, that we, the Conservative Party, have the strength to succeed.
Welcome to Conference Talk on the first day of the Conservative Party conference here in Bournemouth. It's a conference which has opened in the warm glow of Britain's entry into the ERM, raising the spirits of those who know that the Tories have been going through rough seas and have by no means yet reached calm water. In this programme, I'll be talking to two former cabinet ministers who are still big beasts in the political jungle. Today they were, metaphorically speaking of course, squaring up to each other over an issue which has the potential to rend the Conservative Party asunder: Britain's future in Europe. Nicholas Ridley warned against the Euro fanatics who would destroy British sovereignty. And Michael Heseltine, who I'll be talking to later, welcomed an historic stage in Britain's commitment to Europe. But before that, a flavour of the atmosphere inside the conference hall on the first day of debate, the tone being set by the party chairman. The party chairman acknowledged that economic troubles had made it a hard year for the party, but he used John Major's decision to join the ERM and cut interest rates as ammunition to fire at the opposition.
Labour's sour reaction has been that we were playing politics. They didn't say we were playing politics when we put interest rates up, but we were playing politics when we put interest rates down. Oh, no, we weren't. Both this year and last year, we put the needs of the economy and of our country before party.
And, in the way of party chairman, he teased the conference about the question that is now in everyone's mind.
Now, I want to let you into a secret. The date of the next election will be before July 1992. And since elections take place on Thursdays, there are 75 possible dates. But which of those 75 dates it will be, I can say categorically that this has not been decided.
Then there was Neil Kinnock's quip that the Tories would cut and run in 91.
Not for the first time, we can do rather better. In 91 or 92, the government will still be blue.
Earlier, a debate on the family showed that what promises to be an electoral theme is also a delicate one. Speakers called upon parents to give children a stable background morally and spiritually. Not so contentious, But one speaker called for a moral crusade.
We are the party of action, not waffle. Everyone confesses a belief in the family. And yes, the family is the cornerstone of the sort of society that we want. We must reverse the trend of illegitimacy, of insecure, lonely and poor young women, and of a very high divorce rate. We were told in the 1970s that socialism in Britain could not be stopped. We have stopped it. We can and we must reverse the decline of the family. But we cannot do it by equivocating on the major moral issues.
The Home Office Minister Angela Rumbold focused on the government's record in helping women to work and care for their children. But then she emphasised that many mothers believed that their place was in the home.
In my view, the status of a woman at home with her children is and should be the equivalent of one who is starting up her own business, because bringing up the next generation is a new business.
Another debate concentrated on Britain's enterprise culture, which meant the Tories' newest cabinet minister had his first conference outing. In the process, he earned himself a standing ovation with a bullish defence of Tory policies.
Our policy is to set industry free, to create wealth for all our citizens, to remove regulations and controls, to reward success and enterprise by cutting taxes, to privatise state industries, to promote competition, and to open up markets abroad by enthusiastically supporting the European single market and the GATT free trade talks. That's our industrial policy, and it is working.
This afternoon, Cecil Parkinson, once a party darling, showed that he still had a trick or two up his sleeve, like a promise to spend money on an east-west rail link for London.
This major £1.5 billion line will connect trains from Paddington through the city to Liverpool Street and beyond. It will transform and improve the lives of Londoners, and it will buttress the city's position as one of the world's great financial centres.
As is the custom at Conservative conferences, every motion was loyally and almost invariably unanimously carried. And therefore, as is often the case, the greater drama was played out on the conference fringe, where today two heavyweights, Nicholas Ridley and Michael Heseltine, begged fundamentally to differ over Europe, at the same time, but in different venues just across from the conference hall. First, Nicholas Ridley. Liberated from the cares of office, Nicholas Ridley was explicit. He doesn't rate the ERM, he abhors economic and monetary union, and he doesn't think much of the community's response to the Gulf crisis. And he singled out Germany.
German unification was top of the headlines in the German press throughout the early stages of the Gulf crisis. The history of Western Europe cannot be belied. Germany has always striven, first to unite German-speaking people, and then to build up its strength, which tends to dominate the western half of the continent.
And he used the Gulf crisis to launch an assault on the European Commission, to which he argued Britain would lose sovereignty if we signed up for economic and monetary union. Inside such a union, Britain's response to the Gulf crisis would have been impossible.
At least here the Cabinet can overrule the Chancellor and decide that some things have higher priority than the Treasury would like. No one is going to be able to overrule the Euro Fed, and certainly not the British Cabinet. So on Monsieur Delors' own admission, the single currency transfers the ultimate control of foreign and defence policy to an unelected, unaccountable Commission and Euro Fed.
Afterwards, pressed for his response to Britain's entry into the ERM, he warned that that decision had given substance to those he describes as Euro fanatics.
My concern about joining